Hey, all right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kodash. I want to say and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders, a great millstone for teaching this word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. Salutations to the elect, those men and women who also believe and fear the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, I'm my brother Gabari Howard from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another lesson. And this lesson was inspired by this video that you see right here. It's from the Associated Press, all right? And it says live, Thailand enacts law legalizing same-sex marriages. And when I saw it, it made me think of the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 3, right? Because this is another reason why America is going to be destroyed. Esau, Edom's magnum opus, you know, because of the wickedness that it spreads across the world, right? Real quick, let me see if I can find another precept before I get there in Revelation. It talks about the, what is it? She had, just bear with me, brothers. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 5, right? And I'll start at 4. It says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and colored and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And that's what Esau spreads through America. All these different nations, they jumped in bed with America and they picked up her ways. All right. And NLT, it says the woman wore purple scarlet clothing and beautiful jewelry made of gold and precious gems and pearls in her hand. She held a golden goblet full of obscenities and impurities of her immorality, right? And that's exactly what America spreads, right? In the CSB, it says the woman was dressed in purple scarlet, adorned with gold, jewels, and pearls. She had a golden cup in her hand, filled with everything detestable with her impurities of her prostitution, because all of these nations, they've laid down with Esau, particularly America, Babylon the Great, and they've taken on her ways. They taking on her customs, all right? And this is the reason why you see this over there in Thailand now. Thailand, they got a bunch of that going on already anyway. Don't people, but, you know, a lot of this was influenced by who? America. You know, the whole ABC, LBC, LGBT community, it spread like wildfire, right? Now you think that if this is supposed to be a so-called righteous nation, righteousness will spread, but this is not a righteous nation. It feigns itself to be a nation governed by the Bible, right? But we know that it breaks every law, statute, and commandment that the Lord have established for the Israelites and for the earth, right? And they push this way of confusion, right? They exalt this way of confusion. So going back to the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 3, it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of her wrath, of her fornication. The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. So these leaders, these world leaders, they take these agendas and they push them in their homelands. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, right? And so these different nations, they make these treaties with America. They make these agreements with America using their corporations. As long as they take on the ways of America, they're able to what? Enrich themselves. Right? They're able to enrich themselves
and we can build
and spread more confusion, because this is wicked, right? And these are heathen. These are the way the heathen, but you got Jake's in the same mindset too, right? You got Jake doing the same thing here in America and abroad, right?
Family in our own, we can build our family in our own ways, because
which they don't even, you can't build a family with two men. This is confusion.
Believe that every kind of love, every kind of family is as beautiful as it is, and we are now allowed to build our own kind of family.
And this, you can think America. Look, even the way that they look is Americanized, right? They take on the customs, they take on the mannerisms, they take on the mindset of these people. And this is an example of that. This is an example of Revelation 18 and 3. For all nations have drunk the wine of her wrath, right? You go to the word, to the wine, right? Let's go look at that in the NLT. Her wine in the Greek is oinos, which is, it says her wine metaphor, the fiery wine of Mosai's wrath. So they're going to bring that fiery wrath is going to fall on these nations too. All right, because they're joint, just like they're joint with America, with the Edomites, right? Just like they're joined in with their customs and their philosophies, they also joined in with oppressing the Lord's people. Okay, that's another thing. All right, so this is what you have: sexual immorality. Right, let me go back to that. What do you have? You have sexual immorality, right? Right. It says right here in the yeah, this is what I wanted in the CSB. For all the nations have drunk the wine of her sexual immorality, and this is an example of that with Thailand, right? Which now they made it says in couples, ABC couples in Thailand register their marriages as law, gives them equal status, right? And then we know the biblical judgment for that. But because this man is not of Yahweh Shai, this man is not, his ways are not the ways of the Most High. He don't understand the Most High. So what does he spread? He spreads wickedness and filth, right? Not that these nations were any righteous, but they just get that much more, wax that much more worse with the liberty to do such a thing. And then this dude had the audacity to say that there was a family. And this is confusion. These are two women. You got a woman trying to emulate a man, and then you got a woman who just looks desperate. And what are they doing? Bringing death into the world. And we all know that this goes back to a population agenda, right? If you got everybody in confusion, nobody's procreating, right? It's a slow kill, but Esau, he's willing to play the long game, right? And these different nations, they're destroying themselves with this shit. And although this may be a minority, or seem to be a minority in the world, why they push it as it's the majority thing, right? And then they call it what? Love. All nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, right? All of them, which is what? For all nations have drunk the wine of her sexual immorality, which brings wrath. That's exactly what that brings. The wrath of who? Yahweh Shai. Because in the sight of the Israelites, it becomes a stumbling block for our people. All right? And Jake will run to it. Right? So again, it says, for all the nations have drunk the wine of her sexual immorality, which brings wrath. The kings of the earth have committed sexual immorality with her. So these different leaders, these world leaders, they jump in the bed with this whore, this prostitute, America, Babylon the Great, right? And they taking on her diseases, her ways, right? And then they push it to make it like a natural thing. And there's nothing natural about this. This is all ill. This is unnatural. A man laying with a man, a woman laying with a woman. A man laying down with the man as he lie with womankind. A woman lying down with another woman as she lie with a man. That's wickedness, man. So the kings of the earth have committed sexual immorality with her, and the merchants of the earth have grown wealthy from her sensuality of excess, right? So now these different nations, these different corporations, these captains of industry, they can make money, enrich themselves, because when you come to America, it's all about excess, right? They can sell their wares, they can sell their goods, they can make deals, right? They could, and most of that, if not all of it, is destroying the earth and the people in it. All right? And that's why the scripture said this in the book of Maccabees, chapter 1. Maccabees chapter 1. First Maccabees chapter 1. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 9. And after his death, we know this was Alexander the Great. If you want to read up, you can read the first verse. It says, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, so did their sons after them. Many years and evils were multiplied in the earth. So when this man came into power, wickedness and evil spread in the earth. Right? Whenever he comes into power, Esau's wickedness, it spreads, right? Because he's the man of wickedness. He's the purveyor of wickedness in this earth. I just want to look at it in the book, in a G&T, right? It says, in a G&T, First Maccabees 1:9. And each had himself crowned king of his own territory. The descendants of these kings ruled for many generations and brought a great deal of misery in the world, on the world. And that's what this is. All of this is misery. The Lord destroyed the earth before because of things like this that's going on. This, when I say he destroyed the earth, he flooded it. And this is another reason why the Lord's going to flood America with those nuclear missiles, ICBM missiles, and the chariot fire. The Lord's going to burn this place up all out of the earth, right? It's going to be ashes. That's what Yahweh Shema Shai is going to do to this place. All right, it's going to be ashes. Because what does it do? It's a big antenna for wickedness. Me and Brother Kahan, we always say that America is the chief exporter of wickedness, man. Her chief export is wickedness. And that's why Revelation 11:18, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth. In the NLT, it says the nations were filled with wrath, right? Because they're upset, because it's their time of judgment is coming. But now the time of your wrath has come, right? The nations, they were filled with wrath. They were angry at the Lord. They were angry at his people. They destroyed us. They did whatever they want to us, right? But now it's time for the Lord's wrath to be exposed to these people. It is time to judge the dead of these nations, right? And reward your servants, the prophets, which is us, Lord willing, we endure to the end, as well as your holy people. Who are the prophets, and what people do the holy prophets belong to? The Israelites. And all who fear your name, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, from the least to the greatest. It is time to destroy. It is time to destroy all who have caused destruction on the earth, man. And this man, along with these different nations, this is what they have done. They've caused destruction. This is destruction. This is destruction of a family, right? All these men, if they had women, they could procreate and fill the earth with their seed. But they can't do that now, right? Because what are they doing? They're doing this wickedness, right? They're doing the abominable thing unto themselves. And then not only are they doing it to themselves, but even their nations gives them license to do so. And where did they get this idea from? Was it just something that was rolling around in Thailand? And no, even though they already have a extremely large population of homosexual, lesbian, transgender people, right? Which we know that, again, all of that spirit is spread from Esau, right? Right? It's spread from Esau. They picked it up from him. And then they spread it in their country. And then they call it love, right? They call it a family. But it's not. It's none of those things, right? And in fact, in the end, it's going to destroy them. And, they support this. It's supported by government mandate, right? You got this dude Trump in office. He claiming that he's making the White House or America. He's going to make America great again with the new golden era. And that starts with him claiming that there's only two genders. Like the world's going to adhere to his word because he's the man in charge. But the Lord created two genders, right? He didn't create man to confuse those gender roles. Created he, man, right? Right, Genesis. So, Genesis 1:27. So the powers created man in his own image. In the image of the powers created he him. Male and female created he them. Right? So from the beginning, from chapter 1 of Genesis, the Lord through Yahushua, through the Elohim, when they created man on earth, they created two opposites. They created a male version and a female version. Why? So they can procreate and bring life into the world. The Lord didn't create multiple gender sets, and that was nothing but confusion anyway, which it was done on purpose to make Trump look like some type of savior, right? Because the damage is already done. They don't care, right? They don't care that they spread this wickedness about destroying your body so you can imitate opposite sex. They don't care about that, right? They push that spirit that's already out there. So what Trump is doing, all he's doing is trying to make himself look like some type of savior. And it take Trump to tell the people that it's only two genders. But y'all don't listen to the Lord. Genesis 5:1. This is the book of the generations of Adam, in the day that the powers created man, in the likeness of the powers made he him. Right? It says, male and female created he them, and blessed them and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. Right? And these are the Adamites, right? Who are the sons of God, the sons of power, right? Who eventually became the Israelites, right? The Lord created male and female. He didn't create man and man to be on each other, because it's not going to bring life into the world. But leave it up to Esau, right? Revelation 18. All nations are drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, her sexual immorality. All nations are into this. You got this spirit flowing in all these different nations of the earth today. And you could thank Esau for that. Right? Gail and Audrey, an unexpected love story. Right? It comes from America. Right? This spirit of confusion. Thousands marry, you see? Thousands. It says thousands of, anyway, it says Thailand becomes the first Southeast Asian nation to legalize same-sex unions, man. Right? Thousands of people have done this. She says, I feel like so many things have been unlocked, and our definition of family feels more complete than ever. Right? But this is not a family. This is wickedness. Right? But this is what they push. Right? This is what they push to the people. Right? This is I don't even know what this is. Is this a man and this a woman? Who knows? You see, that's confusion. And you can thank the city of confusion, America, for this. Right? You'll call it hate, but this is not hate, it's the truth. What is this? Right? You think that the Lord didn't create his creation perfect? So a woman had to change her identity into of a man, and a man had to change his identity into a woman. That is confusion, bro. But you can thank the satellite of wickedness, America, for spreading this. Babylon the Great. Right? Babylon the Great. Complete confusion. You saying that the Lord, he didn't create the right thing. Right? When you read Isaiah 29:16. I didn't mean to make this video this long, but it's the spirit, right? It says, surely a turning the things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. So everything the Lord created right side up, Esau turned upside down, and he esteems it. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? And this is what you're doing when you do this. You call it equality and you call it fairness, right? Right? But in reality, you're basically telling the Lord that his creation was wrong. This man was created as a woman, and this thing was created as a man. But they changed. They took it upon themselves to change their identities, and they said that the Lord's creation was wrong. He had it mixed up. He put the wrong cards together. Okay, but you're just a clay. And again, you can thank America for this. Right? You can thank America for this shit. It says, growing up in a time when ABC people were seen as strange and out of place, it is incredible to see how things have changed, man. And why is it strange and out of place? Because it don't breed life. It breeds death. Right? And Trump, he took the ABC flags down, bro. Trump took the ABC flags down, bro.
Sex and transgender couples got married. Scores of same-sex and transgender couples.
Scores.
Couples got married in Thailand on the first day of the kingdom's equal marriage law came into effect. Now, among the first LGBTQ plus couples to marry legally under the new law are well-known influencers Portia and Am. They turned up together in matching suits at a district office in the old quarter
That
to legalize law uses
support us finally that every love is equal and every love is the
And they say this, every love is equal, but that's not true. Just like people ain't equal. All people are not equal. Right? And then look, he put these satanic symbols up. These are military, these supposed to be military men, bruh.
in place of man.
Bunch of boy girls, man, with satanic hand symbols. Look.
And the neutral term.
Look. That's a satanic hand symbol, bro. That's a satanic hand gesture. And the people are none the wiser.
In place of men, women, husbands, and wives, besides clearing the way for transgender people to wed, it grants adoption and inheritance rights to all married couples. The enactment of the
Look at
marriage.
this shit. Look at this filth. You can thank America for this. This is America, man. Only in America you got shows like Drag Queen and all this other shit. You got people like RuPaul. This is all wickedness, evil, bro. But y'all call it good. Woe to him that call good evil and evil good, man. You see? And this is America, bro. This disease, and these are heathen, right? You got Jakes amongst you. You definitely got Israelites amongst these people. But the point of the matter is the heathen, they love this kind of shit. They indulge in this shit. Right? But then they'll say they believe in the Lord. Or they'll say something like, oh, I believe in God. But this is all wicked. This is all evil. And nobody is none the wiser.
Equality Act makes Thailand.
And then they call it equality. Right? Meanwhile, the Lord's people are suffering in this earth. You so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, we're suffering under the hands of our enemies, these nations, man. And nobody is none the wiser.
The first country in Southeast Asia and the third in Asia to legalize same-sex marriage after Taiwan and Nepal.
And Taiwan and Nepal. And why did they do that? Because of America. They got extreme, they have extreme connections to America, man. And I'm sure you can look that up. We can say that for another time. But just as an example of that, I didn't want to make this too long. Well, I just want to bring this out and just show you, hey, this is the scriptures in action. Hey, with that, I say shalom and on to the next.